come true.
Today we are working on the van. So TJ has changed the oil, rotated the tires, and resealed the roof where the topper meets the van. And then we're going to, over the past, I guess it's been almost 8 months now on the road, the inside of the van has just become a bit of a trash can, a super unorganized mess. I think what we're going to do today is pull everything out of the van, evaluate what we use often and what we don't use as often, and kind of reorganize. To us about the van reorganization today.
The van, I wouldn't call it a reorganization. I'd call it a resituating.
We just moved
things from one place to a different place.
We just moved things around. We're not sure. It might be worse than it was before.
Yeah, I don't know. We might have to start all over and rethink this, but
yeah.
It's done for tonight.
All right, we're beat. We're done. We're in for the night. Day 2 of the van reorganization.
Redo.
I think we just ran out of steam yesterday and lost motivation to do a good job, and we're pretty unhappy with the first run at that van reorganization. So we're opening up some of these boxes and trying to go through and reorganize a lot of the tools and nuts and bolts and supplies that TJ keeps on hand so that he can get us fixed up when we're broken down or when I've broken something or whatever the case may be. So yeah, we're gonna take another crack at it today and see if we can make a better dent in the mess that is the van.
So far we have reorganized the 2 drawers for the drawer system. Before it was kind of a mismatch of a little bit here and a little bit there. What we've done is this drawer is all tools now, and this drawer is mainly parts, pieces and parts. There's electrical, there's nuts and bolts. This is our jack, which we really have nowhere else to put it. These have wire and electrical tubing and things like that in it. Extension cords back here, so just things that we don't use a lot. I use tools a lot, so it's nice having them all in one place. They're all in the same drawer. I just open one drawer instead of having to search all over the place for stuff. And then I also had this box that we kept up front under the seat. It also had stuff in it, so we've consolidated all that into here, which fits in the drawers nicely, and then all the parts and pieces are together. We also, I used to use this box, this bottom box, for miscellaneous lubricants for the van, and we've decided we'll put it all into this container, which eliminates that box, and now we have these 2 fairly good size pieces that we don't need in the van anymore.
Well, we finally made a decision on what to do about the van. We have decided to upgrade the hubs to a serviceable hub. We ended up buying a spin tech kit that just came in today, and TJ is unpacking it and taking a look at it. He'll be doing the install himself here in my brother's driveway. Thankfully, the owner of the shop in Denver that just recently did the axle work for us gave us a bit of a break.
Went out of his way to make sure that we got this fixed and taken care of the right way, and didn't just blow us off because we were 600 miles away now. So.
Right. Well, the Spin Tech kit came in yesterday, and today TJ got around to installing it. So the reason for doing this upgrade is because we have had this problem with the front bearings going out a couple of times now. TJ, do you want to quickly explain what the problem is?
Their main problem is just the poor design from Ford. What they make is what's called a unit bearing, which isn't serviceable. So if the bearing goes out, gets water in it, the seals go bad, or whatever happens to it, there's no way to get into it to replace those bearings. So you have to replace the whole hub assembly.
Which we've done twice.
Which we've done twice at an expense of, well, $500 because we had it done one time, and even if you buy the parts, it's between $300 and $350 for a good hub assembly. So
we were faced with the decision of replacing the hub once again because of a bearing going bad, or spending a little extra money.
The kit is about $1,500
versus $350 for just the hub itself, parts only.
But with that said, last time we had a wheel bearing go bad, it wore the stub shaft down, the axle shaft down, to the point where we had to replace that at $400 and something. So by the time you add all these parts up that seem to keep
it's a reoccurring problem, right?
This makes way more sense. We have serviceable bearings. The bearings are relatively inexpensive now to buy if you have to replace them. You can also go in fairly easily and re-grease them, at intervals, at maintenance intervals. It's just a much better design, much more serviceable. The other one, if it goes bad, it leaves us on the side of the road. This one, I could potentially take it apart on the side of the road, re-grease it, get us down to an auto parts store, buy new bearings, and be on our way fairly quickly.
It's a better design. It's a better build quality, I believe you said, correct?
Much better build quality. The parts are heavy duty. The shaft that comes with the kit is actually larger, more splines. It's just a heavier duty all around setup.
So because it's been a reoccurring problem, this was not something that we had budgeted for like we did with re-gearing the van. This actually took us a really long time to come to the decision to spend the money to do this hub upgrade, but in the end it just seemed to make the most sense because it's a reoccurring problem that we've been having. So we did it, and we had to unfortunately forego a fun hike today with my brother and sister-in-law to get this project done before we leave next week, but now it's done and we don't have to worry anymore. It should be good. We should be good to go. Fingers crossed.
We should be good to go, and one less thing to worry about on the road as we travel. It's really inconvenient when things break and you're in the middle of nowhere.
Now we need to go find some wood to knock on because I feel like we totally just cursed ourselves with that. All right, the 30 days is almost up, and we are pulling the Airstream out of storage today. Last time we were here to check on it was only about a week ago, but our fingers are crossed that it's still here and still in good shape. Say something.
Stuck on three.
Okay, now say something else.
She's here and in one piece, which is always good. Hopefully I can remember my combinations. Don't show it.
Alright, she is still here and looking good. No dents or scratches or anything from being in the storage lot for the past month. So I think the plan today is to hitch her up and bring her back to my brother's, where we're going to give her a bath and a waxing. That's the plan, and then we'll stay the night at my brother's with her out on the street. and take off in the morning. And I think we're headed down to Oregon. So starting a new state. We're excited. We've had a great time over the past month visiting with my brother and exploring the greater Seattle area, but yeah, ready to get back on the road for sure. Well, just washed the van and trailer and now are going to wax it. So they say you should wax the Airstreams a couple of times a year to protect the clear coat. We did it in November before we left home, and now it's August. So it's definitely due for its second waxing of the year. This time we're using a product that Airstream makes called Womanizer. I don't know if we're drinking the Kool-Aid and it's really any better than just normal wax, but that's it. And we'll see how it turns out. People rave about it, so I'm excited to get her nice and shiny and clean again. We got them waxed.
We got them waxed.
We got them waxed. It's a combination of washed and waxed. Anyhow, take a look at this. Yeah.
Back to clean. Last time it'll be clean for the next, what, 5-6 months.
It's incredible though how good they clean up.
Yeah. It's always nice when they're all washed and waxed and ready to ride.
I love it. I love it like this. It doesn't last, unfortunately, but yep.
It'll be dirty before we get to the next spot.
So tomorrow morning's going to be cleaning up the inside and getting everything that we basically, when you move in somewhere for a month, you basically move in. And so we've got stuff all over my brother's house. So yeah, we've got a lot more.
Repack the Airstream, and we'll be hitting the road tomorrow.
We have a lot more work in store for us tomorrow morning. So, but that's it for tonight.